Evil science and magic buddies.
Hello and welcome to the Cryptonaut Podcast presents Evil Science and Magic Buddies, the show within the show, the conspiracy of the conspiracy, the Crypto Roundtable Listener Stories, Part 18.
Unbelievable.
Dang.
I am Mark Storrs, and I'm joined by Chris Carnicelli.
Hey.
And Mr. Robert Morphy.
Here I am.
That is the second time we tried that intro, and it is still not comfortable.
Yeah, it's weird.
Coming out of my mouth.
I mean, you could just not do it.
When I listened to the early episodes and you did it, it actually threw me for a loop. I'm like, is this a Mandela effect? Because we've never done this. Yet, of course, we did.
Yeah, totally. Well, you know what? This is a new year, and this is a new me, and this is a new Chris, and this is a new Rob.
No, it's pretty much me.
Listen,
All right.
New me?
you are what's in your head.
Oh, well, Jesus Christ, that is the worst curse anyone could put on me.
Yeah,
You've
don't
been
even
to
know
my
what that
mind
means.
palace, buddy.
Actually,
you don't
that-
need. Oh,
Doesn't work good for any of us.
yeah,
It
we all need
doesn't-
to drown in bleach after that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so real quick story. I won't keep you guys too long here. I had a lawnmower man incident.
Oh shit.
I got my kid an Oculus VR headset thing for Christmas.
Right.
And I was playing it, and I get motion sickness and shit, so it kind of fucked me up a little bit. So I was in there for like 45 minutes playing a Star Wars thing and like just hanging out with Vader, just doing my thing.
Doing what you do.
So I got out of it, and I had to run to the store. I got in my truck, and I'm driving, and all of a sudden I looked at my hand, and I'm like, fuck. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I'm like, is this normal? Because I'd spent 45 minutes being in this VR thing.
So wait, your normal biological hand, the one you've had for 40 plus years,
Yeah, I'm like,
was
what the
instantly
fuck?
foreign from spending less than a half hour in what is basically rudimentary VR?
I was in there for like 45, almost an hour. It's definitely not rudimentary though. Like, I'm shocked at how advanced this shit is.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, true.
But it's not like holodeck bullshit.
For a second,
So
I was questioning.
You questioned your hand.
I did. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It was fucking bonkers.
All right, that
And you
does
weren't
not
high?
bode well.
I know I was not high. Oh, I was a little hungover. No, being hungover doesn't matter.
No, being hungover doesn't make you hallucinate.
Yeah, but it makes you a little foggy.
I mean, a little bit, but I'm driving and I'm like, what the fuck is up with my hand? Because in the game, when you play this, you're just two hands. That's all you see.
Right.
So you're constantly like doing shit. Like you use like
What were you wearing?
thing.
Gloves? Like, what were your VR hands?
Yeah, they were just like gloves.
Okay.
So like I'm like trying to like tweak Vader's nipples.
So when you
and
look
shit,
down-
and grab his dick and fucking jerking off a stormtrooper.
Fair
his whole
enough.
thing.
And you
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, no, it's
For you.
Yeah, no, your son must love this game. So when you looked down and saw your bio hands, as it were, that fucked you up.
It just for a half of the, not a second, for just as I'm driving, I'm like, what the fuck is up with, like, it freaked me out.
So
It
to
got
all our
real
young
fucking
listeners
weird.
out there, there's going to be a whole new branch of therapy that'll be opening up in the next couple decades.
Yeah, definitely.
Because as this becomes more profound, and I don't know, there's metaverses and all. Our buddy Dan was trying to lay some crazy fucking Facebook shit on me.
I'm saving all of that for later.
I don't even know. I
wait.
I really don't know. But my point is, there's going to be a whole world of people that and I have a hard enough time with reality as it is, and I've functionally lived in it for almost 5 decades. So be prepared. Get your education. Get your masters of social work or whatever it takes. Get out there, because there's going to be people like Uncle Mark that are going to need your help.
Dude, VR limb syndrome.
There
yeah,
it is.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
going to be like, this isn't my hand.
It literally, like in Lawnmower
Phantom
Man,
reality syndrome.
where the dude's looking at his shit and he's seeing like part of the fucking virtual reality thing, like in his everyday life. It fucking freaked me out.
See, I thought
That's so
you were
weird.
going to say you bumped into Pierce Brosnan at Wegmans.
Oh no,
That would have been your
That would have
Lawnmower
been
Man
cool.
moment, but
yeah, no, I didn't.
Right.
All right, Robert, we got some Patreon shout outs to do for the good forks, for the good forks.
Yeah, the good forks out there.
God.
The good folks that support us over there in Patreon. Thank you all so very much. Robert, let's do some shout outs.
Hell yes. Beginning with Duder McDude.
Hell yeah, dude or McDude.
Hell yes. Robin
Thank you, Robin.
with a Y. I like that.
I love it.
K.
What up, Kay?
K-A-Y, that is. Christy motherfucking Flint. Christy?
Oh, shit.
Our Christy, our old
I don't,
buddy?
maybe.
Well, if you are a new buddy, thank you. And if you're an old buddy, fucking howdy, dude.
Yeah. I
What the
haven't
hell?
seen her in a bit.
Yeah, it's been forever, but, well, either way, Christy motherfucking Flynn.
Thank you for the support.
Thank you.
Word up.
Thank you.
And if it's the one we know, fucking get a hold sometime. Spencer Robertson.
Hell yeah, Spencer.
John Sales.
John, what up?
Adam Durham.
Yeah, Adam Durham.
Rob Christofferson.
Our good buddy
Bobby Boy.
Holy
Back.
shit. Our
Arguably
strange,
the greatest UFO podcaster ever.
Our Strange Skies. He's actually I think as of this episode, I think he's released 3 new episodes.
Oh, that's
so,
fucking
he's back
phenomenal.
At it.
I know that when he was first testing the waters, he brought us on.
Yeah.
And it was just wicked. I mean, it's always fun talking to Rob. He's the best of the best. He's a podcaster's podcaster. So thank you, Rob, for your support. Moving on to Spencer Robertson. Only my name. How could I get it right?
Spencer Robertson.
Spencer Robertson.
Thank you.
You got 3 shouts because I can't speak. Kayla Brown.
Spencer, you owe us $2 more. Thank you.
That's right. That's how it works. Dreamer.
I'm a dreamer, dude.
Yep. You guys remember Dream a Little Dream with the 2 Corys? Corey Haim.
I
vaguely
sort of do, yeah.
And it had Jason Robards, and it was about like old people switching. It was like in that whole like 18 again, vice versa kind of template, but it was much more surreal and full of Eastern mysticism and actual consequences. And Meredith Salinger, God bless her, who I believe she's married to Patton Oswalt now. Not that that matters, but she was one of my biggest '80s crushes.
Oh yeah, because his wife passed away. That's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah,
anyway, Dreamer. Thank you.
There you go.
Dim Darkly.
Hell yeah, Dim Dark.
1 word, 2 capital D's. I like it. Matt McCoy.
Yeah, Matt McCoy. Thank you all so very much.
If you're not a fucking cowboy, I don't know what you're wasting your life on.
We appreciate all that support over there. Patreon.com/Cryptonaut Podcast.
Thank you so much.
And yes, we are bringing in the new year here with some listener stories. Now, Robert, the first one that we have here actually ties back directly into our last 2-part series on the E.S.M. and the cosmic odyssey of all fuckery.
Yeah.
So this ties into it.
So it was great. So we released this, the Cosmic Odyssey of E.S.M. Part 1 and 2, very recently. And one of our listeners hailed from the region and had a similar, or at least an experience where in the story we told struck a chord. So this is fascinating and direct feedback. So we're going to jump right into that.
All right.
So this was sent to us on December 21st, 2021. Almost 10 years to the day from the Mayan apocalypse, for the record.
Right. I mean, it looks like we made it.
Yeah, it looks like we made it after all. But anyway, that's all I'll say, didn't want her name mentioned, so we're just going to refer to her as A.
Totally.
Hi. Saw the new episode, The Cosmic Odyssey of E.S.M., was about a case in Latvia and got excited as that's where I lived before I moved to the U.S. like 5 years ago. Welcome to your new home. Now I've listened to it, and I'm feeling a bit shaky. I had a bit of a teleportation thing happen around probably 1998 when I was 5-ish. And having been that young, not remembering much about it, I never know if I should dismiss it as a false memory, imagination, brain glitch, or what. I for sure have spent a lot of time looking for what the hell it could have been. I don't know. It's hard to figure out now, but it's that one instance that has kept me from feeling one with reality, I guess. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, the admission of like knowing you're 5 and you have a memory, but you don't know
exactly
how
what
accurate it is and like what exactly.
And we all have childhood memories that we can't be 100% sure of unless we have somebody else that can confirm it. We all have a buddy from a while ago that swears when she was, I think, a toddler, like 2 or 3, that she ran into a gnome in her grandparents' backyard. Now, at 2 or 3, your imagination's an active place. There's a lot of crazy shit you can encounter, but it could also be a case of a paranormal being revealing itself to what it seemed like a vulnerable and innocent child that couldn't do it any harm. Or maybe it was a baby snatching that went awry. Or maybe said person is a fairy doppelganger and we should have been wary all along.
Yeah. Oh. Or they saw a garden gnome.
Yep. Or they saw a sculpted plaster garden gnome.
Fair enough.
All these are options. So what I'm saying is I do appreciate the fact that A is like, I don't know. I don't know for sure, but here it is. But what I am struck by is the idea that you can remember something happening. Like we've talked about before, my little existential crisis in front of a mirror where I looked into my grandma's giant, like 10 by 8 foot mirror and kept saying, like, this is me, until I didn't recognize the face. And it became like this surreal kind of nightmare and I was about 5 or 6 too, of looking at somebody that I absolutely didn't recognize, which of course, I mean, this is just my corporeal form. It probably isn't the true me.
You're just
it's possible.
Haunted child.
But I digress.
So bad. I feel so sorry for the tiny little Bobby Morphy.
Yeah, he went through some stuff. All right. So back to A's saga.
He needs a hug.
Yeah. Dude, I'm still here for hugs. All right. That little baby's still in here. Come here. Bring it on. Okay. So A continues. So what I remember is that I went to sleep at my dad's parents' house in the town of Lipaga. Like Paja, I'm probably saying it wrong, and then woke up in my mom's parents' house in Riga.
Oh, okay.
Which is also the town that my own home was at. The towns are hours away from each other, so I couldn't just have been driven between them while sleeping without me knowing. It feels unlikely, and my parents don't know of such an occasion having occurred. All right, so she's spoken to her parents about it. So long enough so that it seems weird, but it's still, I mean, it's possible. We'll deal with that in a second. All I remember is that at night I was somewhere with someone that I couldn't see. I feel like if I could see them, I would have remembered how they looked, but I could talk to it or communicate. I think it was just one being. They were showing me different rooms and asking me if this was the one I want to go to, or if this was the right room. I said no until they showed me the right room, and I said, yeah, this is the one. Oh, that's interesting.
That's weird.
So that's not remembering being in a bumpy car ride or some sort of heinous kidnapping or something. That's like being walked through this passageway, I guess, and being shown doors.
Train?
A train? That's true.
I
mean,
from a realistic
if you're
point.
if you're sleepy, I mean, you think the parents would remember going on a train ride, but you're right.
Well,
if it's like a conductor and you're a sleepy kid and your eyes are half closed, it's like, is this your parents? No. Is this your parents? No. Oh,
sure.
Here's your grandma's
That's
train
an
car.
awfully sleepy kid.
Kids get sleepy.
I know, but not that bad.
I'm not thinking this is the case.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, no,
I'm just, we're indulging ideas here. Okay. So I just got up in the morning and was like, huh? I guess I can do that. Cool. I guess the supernatural ability.
All right, cool.
And my grandma wasn't surprised that I was at her house, so I didn't tell her about it. And I think as a kid, I thought I made that happen because I wanted to go home. I didn't like being far away from my own home. Even though it didn't send me straight home, it was still the city I wanted to be at. Every now and then, I would try to make it happen again, but it didn't work. I stopped trying sometime in my early teens. That's interesting. I mean, I can't think of a direct analogy in my own life, but there's definitely, I mean, of course, we've all tried to use the fucking force.
Well,
I still do to this day.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm constantly trying to be a telekinetic. I want that thing to move just a half an inch closer to me.
Just a little bit.
Just a little smidge.
I do it at work all the time. It'll be like a nut and a bolt, and I'm like,
and it's tiny, and you think you're being practical, and I'm concentrating.
These are big bastards. I'm like,
shit.
Move, you 15, 16 son of a bitch. Move.
So we can all
Nothing.
identify with somebody trying to recreate what seemed to be a moment of
for sure.
Superpowered antics or whatever. Now as an adult, with a life that I do not want to change, at least not as drastic as switch to another reality way, quote unquote, I don't try to make it happen anymore. Whatever it was so long ago. I was a kid. It's either nothing or it's something that I don't see me figuring out anytime soon. And I got to admit, dead up.
Yeah,
Good
I don't
call.
even know how you'd do
It is
that.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's either something or it's nothing. And if it's something, well, fuck. Who knows?
Yeah, so it's kind of bizarre though that with the whole teleportation thing that Maris had in the same area.
Yeah.
Which when I got this email from A, I was like, oh fuck, that's kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
You know, the first thing that I thought of course, is I'm like, oh man, these are the fucking aliens, and they're just doing this to people in the area. For some reason, they picked Riga. They're like, of all places on Earth, fucking Latvia, Riga. This is our jam. This is our shit.
This is what's happening in the
probably
90s.
It's probably dope as fuck.
Maris was 2008, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confusing it with Dubno back in 90.
It's still
But
dope
yes.
as fuck. They're showing up and they're just taking people. Now, the part about showing different rooms or whatever, the first thing I think of is like she got abducted the same way that he did. And then they're like, okay, we're going to bring you back. So where do we need to drop you off?
Right.
Weird.
Well, I only saw the movie once, but it does sort of invoke for me a little bit of Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
The
totally.
idea of these like hyper terrestrials or whatever you want to call them, these advanced intelligences showing him little pockets of things. But in this case, let's just go flat out paranormal. I know we usually do, the more prosaic explanations first, but if these are like these like celestial beings, these super intelligences that can not be, can just traverse time and space, or at least space. There's no indication that she was shown times in the future or the past.
Right.
And just be like, do you want to go here? Do you want to go here? Do you want to go here? And then finally, like, oh, it's Grandma and Grandpa's house. It's back in my hometown. I feel comfortable there. I don't, because we've all been places we had to be when we were kids. Because when you're a kid, you can never be the decider in where you're going to go.
Yeah,
and
for
you
sure.
just feel squirrely as shit. Like I had an aunt that lived by the Y, and her house was a mini mansion, and she was sweet, but every house was filled with cracked porcelain dolls with usually like one eye missing, who
Yeah.
all stared at me, followed me around, bored into my soul.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
gross.
want to fucking be there.
No
Yeah,
one
for
ever
sure.
does.
Nobody does.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the case. It's just some weird fucking, I don't know, hyper being interdimensional traveler, and they just for some reason brought her along. Like, hey, here you go.
Or she really
Bizarre.
had this power. If she had this power and she could conjure up, these enhanced spiritual beings that could like take her and be like, oh, okay, so you desperately don't want to be here. Let me transport you
It's a
somewhere
cool-
you prefer to be.
Super cool power.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, travel would be so dope if that was the case.
It would. Oh, if we all had like
Going to work.
celestial taxis.
Yeah.
That we could just like call upon and be like, oh yeah, no, I need to be
Fucking
here.
best Uber ever.
I need to be here right now.
Dude.
Yeah.
But let's go to more traditional things. There is every chance when you're 5-ish, your memories, as you become an adult, become pretty sketchy. And maybe your parents didn't remember that one road trip, but if you're packed in a car and you're half asleep in a back seat, and maybe you're having a dream, you're looking indoors. I mean, if she just suddenly appeared in her maternal grandparents' house and they were like, how the heck did you get here? You're not supposed to be here.
Right.
That would be striking.
But everyone her grandma thought it was just
Yeah,
normal.
they're
She
cool with
wasn't surprised
it.
that she was there in the morning.
Right.
Yeah. Huh. That's a good point.
Though
'cause-
just accredited it to her power.
Right.
Like the power is not only to have a guide to offer me different places to go to, but also to make the people when I arrive there feel like this is absolutely natural and I ought to be here.
That's a crazy. Okay, well, that's a fucking.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
don't know.
gnarly power.
It would be.
Where it's just
if
like that's some
real.
crazy ass shit. Where you're like, here I am. I'm supposed to always be here.
It is interesting that happened in Riga. To me, it's definitely something that would bear further discussion and research.
Totally.
I would love to read other accounts of people that seem to have like personal guides that they maybe couldn't see because this person they could hear or communicate with, not even necessarily auditorially here, but maybe telepathically here.
Right.
And maybe they're given options to go to different places that could be extraterrestrial. It's definitely smacks of something supernatural, if indeed it doesn't have a much more, rational explanation.
For sure.
What is interesting is that when she heard our thing, she said, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just for me to tell someone, as listening to the episode made me get a weighted blanket and I had to go calm down.
Oh man. All right.
So here's the other thing, and you can't, and that's why I never devalue childhood reports or anyone's reports, because when something strikes a chord enough to give you genuine anxiety, whether or not you say something like jokingly like, and I got a weighted blanket, that shit's fucking awesome. That weighs 1,000 pounds and makes me feel like I'm fucking sealed in the most glorious, warm and fuzzy tomb ever.
Yeah.
But if something gives you genuine anxiety, then it deserves the respect that anything that creates anxiety should get. And
well,
that
yeah,
if someone is suffering, even if it's just a little.
And she was saying too that when she heard the episode, she's like, "Oh fuck." Like
Right.
that's where I was from. So
if anyone else has
man, let us know.
an experience like that, let us know, because
Totally.
I'd be really interested. We're going to move on to another strange experience that people had as children. This comes to us from Cameron, and he sent it to us this year. Hey guys, I'm not sure if this counts, but I figured I'd send this to you anyway because it still makes my skin crawl thinking about it. Also, I am a shit storyteller, so hopefully this isn't complete ass. I'm sure you're better than you think.
Cameron's fucking awesome.
I grew up in a small town in British Columbia, Canada. It was pretty quiet for the most part. My father lived in another city and would come to visit from time to time. One summer, he visited my brother and I and took us to a campground we had inside the town. The campground was kind of sandwiched in the middle of a small park and the street on the opposite side. It was a pretty good campground for not being out of town. We arrived in the morning and set up the lawn chairs and built a fire. The day was uneventful. Mostly just catching up, eating hot dogs around the fire, and crushing cream sodas. You know, the regular camping stuff. Good shit. After the day was done, we were all a little bored with the campsite and decided to go for a walk up the street from around the campground. We ended up at the top of a hill that had a church on the left side and condos on the right, and in the middle was a covered stairway that went down the hill surrounded by trees on both sides. Sorry for my shit description. It's kind of hard to describe. No, you did a bang-up job, dude.
I'm pretty sure I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he thinks he's writing, but it's fine. He has set the scene.
It is an eyewitness description.
Totally.
And I see the trees, the condos, and the church.
There it is.
Yeah, stairs.
Yeah, definitely.
Stairs.
Okay. I'm not sure who suggested it, but it was decided we were going to walk down these pitch black, sketchy ass stairs. As we approached the first step, we noticed a man jogging down the stairs. Well, that's what we thought at first. The longer we looked at this man, the closer he would get to us. So at first glance, it looks like a dude ahead of them just jogging down, but he keeps getting closer to them. That's fucking weird.
That's weird.
Yeah. Okay. Something wasn't right about the way his body was moving. Something just looked unnatural about him. That's when we realized, oh shit, this guy is jogging backwards up the stairs. He was coming up the stairs effortlessly. It was almost like we were watching this person get rewound right before our eyes.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Well,
Okay. Unless he's a real good backwards upstairs runner.
I mean,
I don't know who is, but I mean,
you can do that.
I mean, all right.
You can.
It doesn't break
Sure.
the laws of physics.
Yeah.
Einstein's not going to be pissed at you because you suggested someone jog backwards upstairs, but it's not super common.
It's not
no, not generally.
convenient or safe.
Yeah,
but-
definitely not safe.
Okay.
All right. So effortlessly. I remember none of us said anything. We just all stood there and watched this person get closer and closer to us until he was about 3 or 4 steps away. And he just stopped right in front of us with his back turned. Didn't look, just stopped.
Weird.
We all just stood there looking at him in shock. None of us said a word, and that's when my dad moved my brother and I to the side out of this guy's way. Good dad move. Yeah, just get the kids out of the line of fire.
As a dad, that's exactly like, just get the fuck over here, right the fuck
You know, you
now.
don't say anything awkward. You don't want to make a scene.
Shut up. Don't say anything.
And he just resumed jogging as he passed us. We watched him jog backwards. He was just looking at us until we couldn't see him anymore.
The worst part about this is the guy's coming up backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a covered stairway, so it's sealed in, trees on both sides.
But then when you move, you're looking at him.
Yeah.
You're looking at him jog backwards. And he's
just looking right at you
and
until
like-
he goes over like a hill or something.
God, like in my mind, he's just got like dead eyes, or he's like locking eyes
I
with
don't
you.
even know
like,
if I would have looked back.
Yeah.
I would
I
just
don't
be
know
like,
if I
"No,
could.
just go.
I
Just
might
keep going.
Yeah,
I might book down. You almost don't want to fucking see his face
Because that might start him going toward you again.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh God!
That's just, it's a
fucking so
nightmare.
weird. All right,
no, I
so-
know. Or maybe you got to keep eye contact with him, because if you don't, then
Dude,
once they look,
you know
he'll
what happens?
start jogging backwards the other way.
when you fucking lock eyes, dude, you're in it.
You're right.
Right now,
you're
me and
committing
you-
to the paranormal event.
Me and you right now, we're locking eyes.
Dude.
Chris won't play this game with me. You will. You have no choice
eyes
to lock
locking?
eyes with
Let's
me.
do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
This actually feels right.
It actually is.
Okay, do it after the pod.
This is fucking bizarre.
Yeah, it's fucking
Now,
weird.
You can obviously jog up the stairs backwards. Again, not convenient, not conducive for anything. Super unsafe, super hard to do.
I'd like to know how many stairs there were. I mean, it's a shady little thing.
Yeah.
Maybe this dude likes to do it, but then you
True.
almost have to. All right,
It's
so
almost like
It seems
know.
awkward. Like
It's
apparently he's not looking back over his shoulder.
No.
Right.
That he would mention this. The kid who saw this. So he's this dude, this jogger, backwards jogger, is booking up backwards, not looking, and then you're almost like, if he was just a major athlete who just had been practicing this, it was a weird workout thing. You almost have to imagine that when he got to the fucking top and he saw people looking, he's like, I'm not gonna fucking turn around now. I'm just going to let them think I'm fully fucking committed.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look at these kids and this dad who are staring at me probably in abject horror.
Yeah.
And be like, fuck you guys.
And what's even weirder is like he gets to them and stops, and he has to wait for the dad to get the kids
knows
out of the
they're
way.
there, and he's like, so he's not a dick.
I almost want to talk to the dad, or just be like, "What the fuck what was happening in your mind when you saw this?" Like, what's really cool too is the guy says like it looks like the guy was like rewound.
Yeah.
So it's just like whoop, 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 like and he says that the motions were like, like herky jerky, sort of like or like uncomfortable.
So that's
however he said
another
it.
practical thing you have to look at, because to jog hop backwards, something human beings are capable physically of doing.
Hot jogging, baby.
It's a very specific kind of maneuver.
It's
to make it look fluid, because
Yeah.
when you see things rewound, be it like a Benny Hill sketch or fucking whatever,
Right.
It doesn't look natural.
No.
That is not how we move forward. We don't move backward the way we move forward in reverse,
Right.
as it's being rewound. So for him to look as fluid as someone running down the stairs, I mean, could this be a guy like that's running, in a different kind of timeline? Like it just happened to be this weird,
the
confluence of linear time moving forward in a universe where linear time runs back.
Oh, dude, they pierce the veil.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, but only like on the side of the stairs?
That's how the veil.
Like how was he there
how it
physically with that happening?
That's totally how it happens.
Because that is that fucking. Did you see that fucking that not Inception? The goddamn the newest movie he made.
No,
Dude made with time.
Oh yeah, Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet.
Yes, I did see that, and it was actually kind of interesting. But yeah, you're right.
This is because
the quick reverse.
Time happens in the same place, but for different people at the same.
You're right. No, you're right.
Your
Some are moving
hand
forward
motions-
to it, and some are moving backwards.
You have me convinced with your hand motions.
I didn't
100%.
realize this was going to be the Christopher Nolan analogous.
Really?
Listener
Yeah.
pods.
All
but
right.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I guess that's what kind of reminds
fucking,
me of. But
yeah, that's just bizarre, man. I
it
don't
is
know.
weird though.
Yeah.
'cause
It's super
like-
weird.
It's because he's either a super athlete or it's paranormal. That's it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, there's no other explanation for
Or
it.
he's just fucking with people too. I
Right.
guess. You just be like,
a weird
watch
thing
what
to-
I can do. Watch what happens. There's a camera somewhere. Just check
Oh,
YouTube to
like
see if you're on
Canadian
it. Like,
candid
you know what I
camera.
mean? Like,
Was this Tom Green? Son of a bitch.
Son of a biscuit.
It's Tom Green. We figured it out. It's the only Canadian comedy fucking thing besides Dave Goulet or whatever, fucking from Full House.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, it's only
Alanis Morissette's ex.
Yeah, exactly. It's the only because I heard that song today, and so I thought of.
Oh, yeah.
So
There it is.
day in the mark of
well,
life.
shit. I don't know.
A day in the mark of life. There you go. Yeah.
Are you running in reverse?
Dude, Forks. Hey, Forks, what's going on? Wow. Fucking, some fucking
Doppel
shot.
stores.
All right, man. Moving on here. So this, Robert, let's set this up real quick.
Okay, this next story comes to us from Kendra Maurer. Now, you guys might remember her back in Listener Stories number 15 when we dealt with her Mothman encounter, which took place, I think, in the Zaleski State Forest back in 1995 when she was part of the Civilian Conservation Corps. So that was really interesting. She sent another account that happened around the same time. Anyone wants to just go back to Listener Stories 15 and refresh your memory. It's an interesting encounter with the Mothman. And this is something else that I find even more fascinating, to be honest. So, without further ado, this incident happened about a week or two before the Mothman fuckery. Well put. Because after that night, I never went off the main roads or hung out in the woods by camp again. I moved to St. Louis not long after that. This time, I was with one of the other karate students. If you guys might recall, she was coming back from karate lessons
Dude,
when she saw the Mothman.
if you ever see the Mothman, you got to be with someone that knows karate.
Absolutely.
Fuck it.
And we had taken the left fork that went deeper into the woods rather than the right fork that took us back to camp. We were just looking for a place to hang out, so we drove past the few houses that dotted that road and stopped once it was clear when we were on an abandoned part of a gravel road. Now, I knew that Moonville was in the area. That's the ghost town I think she mentioned before. But at that point, I didn't know specifically where it was. I do now. I've gone back in the bright daylight because nighttime out there is extremely dark, and I have no desire to experience that again. The ghost town is a little bit over a mile from the fork in the road. We were about a quarter of a mile from the haunted train tunnel. Wow, this just gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
After we had been there for a while, I looked out the window and up the slope. What I saw looked like a shmoo.
Oh, my God.
Like the 70s cartoon doing a bobbing sway down the hill. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you don't have
The
like
fucking
access
shmoo.
to Hanna-Barbera archives from the 70s, it is a white blob-ish thing. These creatures, I think they're actually based on an old comic strip character, but had two eyes and like goofy hair. If you remember the Herculoids too, they were
similar
Shmoo-like characters.
Blobby, yeah.
Yeah, I don't Gloop and Gleep. I think. Or no,
Shmoo had like a mustache though, didn't he?
yeah, Shmoo had like a little
a
dirt stash,
hat
a
or
few strands of
something?
hair. I think there might have been one with a hat, two eyes. But anyway, just think of it as like a Kinderhook blob type thing, but less seagully. It's just this, amorphous, undulating,
Yeah, just whitish
white
blob. Yeah.
Sort of like the Domston blobs.
Yeah, well, yes, but white.
Gotcha.
I don't
Perfect.
know. I don't remember what the Domstons were, but
They had that weird, that blobby fucking thing moving around. They were chasing after that dude.
I know. I remember them.
Yeah.
I just don't remember what color they were. Of course, I remember the flying jelly bags. Come on now. All right. So, schmooze. I watched it for a few seconds, then looked away because I assumed it was a trick of the darkness. Nothing. I looked back, and it was there and getting closer. The car was in its path. I whispered, "Do you see that?" And my friend answered a halted yes.
You never want your friend to confirm the fuckery that you're seeing outside the car.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, of
you
course
want
you
them to
do.
be like, oh no, that's just a fucking seagull or trash bag. It's totally
Oh.
fine, Kendra. It's good.
You mean you want them to acknowledge and dismiss?
Yes. Oh no, that's not. You're fine. Everything's cool.
Because I don't want a
Right.
friend to go, I see nothing. And I'm like, it's fucking right there.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like,
worse.
no, it's not there. Then I'm like, oh, come on.
Dude. Seagull in a trash bag.
It got to the window right beside me and was just tall enough that what looked like its head was looking into the window, a few inches from my face. Oh, that's so cinematic.
It's so weird.
It bobbed there for a few seconds while I held my breath and stayed as still as I could. I wasn't so much scared as much as sitting still seemed like the right move. Good call, Kendra.
Dude, don't move. It's
Don't
like,
threaten the shmoo.
yeah, if you don't move, it won't. It senses motion.
It might.
Yeah.
I mean, it's aware enough. I mean, it's not like a super amoeba or something that's just this ignorant mass of whatever that's just undulating down a hill. It's aware enough to say, this is an odd object. These creatures within are something unique. I'm going to look. That implies intelligence. That implies danger.
I mean, it says they were in its path, so it's just might have like you're in the way, and it's just like what the fuck.
That's true. That is also
So
true.
it could be super dumb.
We'll see.
Okay.
But then it headed for the front of the car, bobbed across the front of the car, then returned to the other side of the car directly from where it had been. It bobbed there for a few more seconds, then continued down the hill away from the car. So that's interesting. It's like, I'm going to take this fucking straight path. You are in my fucking way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to completely anally make a couple of right angle turns
Yeah.
to get to exactly the path I want to be on and continue.
At least it didn't go over or through the car.
Yeah, through the car would have been a nightmare.
Yeah,
But that's
and-
like something an ant or something would do, like when they're on a food path. Do you ever
Yeah.
watch them?
Right, yeah.
They
Oh,
have this
totally.
exact.
That's an interesting theory, like following a chemical trail.
Yeah.
So that maybe isn't intelligence. Maybe it's not curious about the people in the car, what the object is. It's just object here that isn't ordinarily here.
Right, so just go around it.
And so
Weird.
I'm going to be like,
right.
oh, fuck, you're here, and go around and then continue.
Could be.
That's intriguing.
All right.
Okay. We tore off down the gravel road faster than a mid-'80s hatchback should go.
All of them can burn rubber.
Yeah, no
It was an
doubt.
80s hatchback.
I had not talked about that one to anyone until I heard your episode early on, because it's even further outside the range of experiences that people have. I was stone cold sober for both of these. If I hadn't had someone with me each time, I'd probably never have talked about it. I do have plans to go back sometime in the spring, maybe rent a cabin at nearby Lake Hope and do some hiking and take some pictures. Again, thank you so much for the space you make, Kendra. You're welcome, Kendra.
Oh, thanks, Kendra.
It's our pleasure.
I would love to see a picture of the schmoo.
See, it's fascinating
Whatever
because
the fuck it is.
It's fucking bizarre.
it's
Blobs
bizarre.
are weird.
Blobs are weird.
What the fuck?
Yeah, 'cause they
there's
shouldn't be.
There's
They
no
shouldn't
nature.
be.
Well, nothing large. They're all like, like protozoa type stuff. They're all like,
Right.
tiny
There's
little,
nothing in the.
single cell creatures usually. Even tardigrades are complex by comparison. We don't have blobs in the real world, at least as far as we know, except when people see them and, oh, fuck, we do. So what interests me about this, among many other things, is, of course, the zoological aspect. And then its habitat. The thing about something that can change its shape into anything it pretty much wants to is that it can remain concealed in almost any crevice, anywhere.
Yeah.
And depending on its eating habits for any length of time. I mean, I know I always, invoke the cicada or like the hibernating frogs in Africa where they're buried until the rainy season. They come out, they eat a little bit, they fuck, they go back under or die and their children come back, or I don't know how it works, but they have a very limited lifestyle. Most of it spent sedentary and in basically a hibernative state. So if this thing, if you want to say it's not commonly seen, okay, fine. But if there's not many of them, if they're subterranean, if they live in the cores of trees or anywhere else, if they only show up once every 17 years or 27 or who knows, and they just follow their path, breed, lay their little shmoo eggs or whatever they do, go back into hiding or die, and when they die, they just basically dissolve, dehydrate, and it just looks like schmeg in the woods, and no one gives a fuck.
Schmeg in the woods.
Ah, just a random pile of
I mean, there is a
schmeg in
lake
the
nearby.
woods.
Schmeg in the
There
woods.
was a lake nearby, yeah. And there's
aquatic.
Yeah.
Semi-amphibious.
I could
There's
see that being
also-
more of a thing.
there's a haunted
Blobs
town.
don't belong on land, I feel.
There's a haunted town, dude.
Oh, so you're thinking ectoplasmic
This could
entity.
totally
ghost?
this could totally be paranormal.
It's a
Phantasma-fucking-goric.
It totally could be, man. I mean, it kind of has the consistency of the paranormal.
Is it a plasma ball?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you describe to me the
Fuck
consistency of the paranormal,
fuck
Mark?
you and fuck you.
Let him have
me
it.
go.
It's the end of the year.
Yeah, come
Let
on.
him get it all
Yeah,
out.
new year, new me, dude. Think
All right,
about it.
fair enough.
This could be our year, but you're not going to give me the paranormal thing that I was talking about. I totally forgot.
Well, it makes me think of like those old spiritualists that, again,
That's
Houdini
exactly
hated so
what I
much.
was- yeah,
like that
ectoplasm,
ectoplasmic,
yeah.
which was all like gauze and jizz and mayhem and who the fuck knows what else. It looked like everyone was blowing wads out of their
fuck,
face.
it wasn't jizz. That's
It
awful.
was not jizz, but it looked like it.
Yeah, they
Puke.
just suspended cotton, had some a little high exposure on it.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Some
It
lotion.
is
Look,
pretty-
ghosts coming out of my mouth.
I love those photos, though.
Oh, they're great.
so
Yeah, no,
cool.
no,
Especially
they're not
like
awesome.
sometimes they like tape like a photograph, like a blurry photograph of someone's dead uncle to like the stretched gauze,
Oh,
and they have it
yes,
dangling out of like
yes.
Aunt Irma's mouth because she's having this ectoplasmic experience.
So it could be paranormal, though. I mean, she says there's a haunted town nearby.
there's
There was-
Moonville,
Yeah, there's
only,
Moonville. So
quarter
and
mile up the road.
This is also the same area where she saw the Mothman too. So what if we're dealing with a window area?
No, it's literally the same stretch of
Yeah,
road.
exactly.
Like I think she saw the Mothman right at the fork in the road.
Yeah.
And I think if I might be wrong about this, you go right, you go to the camp where she was, working at the civilian whatever corps, and if you go left, you go to Moonville Haunted Village. They went left, but was right at the fork where she saw and her friend the Mothman.
Dude, window area.
Yeah, no, it could very well be.
Yeah.
So the veil once again is pierced.
Oh.
But which Christopher
There we
Nolan
go.
film is this like?
Oh, yeah, we have to-
Jeez,
I have to
I don't
figure
know.
it
How we
out.
tie this one in.
Memento.
Did he do the fucking brother? Did he do the fat fucking Batman movie?
We
Right.
did all the three of them.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, the one with Bane, where all the cops went into the fucking into the sewers because they're stupid. That one.
Yep, perfect.
He did that one.
Yeah, you can have that.
Okay, that's what this reminds you of?
Yeah, no, this
See?
is Catwoman.
New year, new.
Remember
new
when
me,
Bane
new
talked
year?
to the shmoo in the sewers?
Of course.
He's like, shmoo.
When Catwoman, spoiler alerts, kills Bane with a fucking rocket from a bike.
Oh my god, stop. I can't even talk
The movie
about
just
that.
falls apart.
Dude, it's fucking.
It's a shit show.
We all talk. Okay, not we all. I talked like Bane for at least 2 years.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
brother!
It still comes back.
Sometimes it happens. You have to because it's fucking. Oh, I love that actor, but goddamn, what a fucking weird movie. Alrighty, well, fucking.
I think
strange,
Chris was onto
dude.
something with the lake.
I think so. I think he could be.
I'm always going to err towards cryptozoology when given the parameters of supernatural and cryptozoological. My instinct is always going to go towards the biological.
But there is a lot of paranormal shit
But there
happening.
and there isn't a lot of corollaries to other things that we know about.
Dude, blobs.
Where? How? You just like paranormal, but like how?
Yeah, if it's like a window.
Like people say, like a ghost, people would understand. Like there's energy, or maybe it's like a tape or something. But like a blob, where does that fall in?
I'm thinking more like, I guess, like a window area where if you see the Mothman there or some creature that looks sort of like the Mothman, and then not that long after you've got this fucking thing coming down.
That's
the hill.
true, because I'm
Kinda
treating
weird.
this like a separate thing. But it's almost impossible not to, because apparently it was a very brief amount of time between the sightings. But even so, I mean, who's to say they are directly related? Who knows?
It's
I
always
don't know.
a possibility.
But this thing seemed to be on a hard agenda. I'm curious to know if it was heading towards or away from the lake.
True.
Yeah.
Because it does, you know what it also smacks of? I believe the Spicer sighting, one of those early 1930 sightings of the Loch Ness Monster, where it looked like an undulating slug-like thing that was making its way across the road. It might not be the Spicer. I think it's the Spicer, but it's one of the very early ones where it's going across the road.
Nessie, right?
Oh yeah.
And it basically, it looks like a slug, not a plesiosaur or any of the other things that have, been compared to it. So this is fascinating. Kendra, if you could send a sketch, any additional information.
Yeah, she still listens. What up, Kendra?
I would be fascinated to know, because blobby things fascinate me. And whether it might have a paranormal origin, or maybe Moonville is said to be haunted because there are creatures that are in that area that look like ghostly apparitions, and I can get that at a distance a white blobby thing would definitely look like a traditional ghost, and maybe it got the reputation for being haunted because of either the simple high strangeness due to interdimensional interlopers, or a rarely seen cryptozoological entity that just you would not associate with being an animal, so you think, holy fuck, this is a specter.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to jump my paranormal boat. That's fine.
I threw you the hardest bone I
You
could.
can come in the boat.
Okay.
You can literally come in the
you're
boat.
grubby. Count grubby.
Gross. Hate you.
It took me a second to. I'm like, oh shit.
There it
I
is.
should have reworded that. Don't come in the boat, okay? Do me a favor.
You're banned for the whole next year for the pod.
Oh, the fucking.
All right. Mark being a scumbag aside, we're sticking with the theme of filthy. God damn it.
See?
Filthy white things. I was about to say that before you even said that. Though this is not nearly as innocuous and sweetly dispositioned as a shmoo, and or perhaps procreative as cum.
Okay, that's fine. Nothing can be.
But it's fucked up. It's freaky, and it was sent to us on August 15th, 2021 by Sean. So, without further ado, the subject is evil spirit or demonic encounter.
Oh, evil demons.
Been listening to you guys a lot since my brother-in-law introduced me to you, and just got to the point where you were starting to read fan-submitted stories and would like to submit one that could either be an evil spirit or possibly demonic. And thank you, Sean, and thank you, brother-in-law.
Yeah, thank you so much.
sure.
Word of mouth is important, man. If you like this show, tell people about it.
Please.
We appreciate it.
You can use my name, but to keep them anonymous, I'll use aliases for everyone else involved. My friend Jim, his little brother Jay, and our friend Mike will be the names I'm using for them. The story takes place about 15 years ago. I grew up in Collinsville, okay? Okay. It's like, I grew up in Collinsville, okay? Like, it's being confrontational.
Well, I was like, why the fuck? Yeah, I was wondering why you said it like that.
All right,
I was already confused. Like, did we just out all of his friends? Like,
No, those are pseudonyms.
Yeah, I know, but then the Collinsville thing, I'm like, what the
Collins, hey, you got a problem with
All
that?
right, it's fucking
Oklahoma.
Collinsville.
Oh my god.
I'm a moron. I can't help myself.
We just almost fell apart. It's okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And this was happening when I was either 13 or 14. I was staying over one weekend with a friend from school, Jim, and our friend Mike stayed over as well. We'd been playing Halo for a few hours when Jim's little brother Jay, who was around 10, had gotten upset that we weren't letting him play video games with us and had been throwing a tantrum for an hour or two. Jesus Christ, that's long.
Just give the kid a turn at Halo.
Yeah, give him a little something.
Jesus.
After Jim's mom had gone to work her night shift at around 8 or 9 p.m., we started playing games in the living room when Jay came screaming to us about seeing someone in the backyard. He described a large man in a white cloak similar to a KKK outfit, already stars great, with glowing red eyes. He's a mentor.
Oh, boy.
And blood around the ends of his sleeves. Long, bloody claws and, oh God, and blood splattered from the knees down. Okay.
Nobody wants that.
No. So the KK outfit alone was enough for me to go, oh, fuck you. Glowing red eyes. Oh, shit. So and of course, the high contrast of red on white.
Yeah.
The crimson splat. She got blood on, basically, was it based from the waist down on the lower part, going up the sleeves, and then these inhuman claws.
Yeah. It's bad.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if they're artificial or if they're demonic.
Fucking.
I don't know.
Anything's possible. It's Oklahoma.
Blood from the knees down. So it's like he was like kneeling down and goring something.
Oh.
Okay. We immediately figured that he'd made the story up to get back at us since it was almost too accurate for a glimpse. After he kept insisting that it was true and not made up, we decided to go check the backyard. In the backyard, which was fenced in, was a large tree in the center of the yard. We grabbed flashlights and were walking into the yard. We left the door open just in case we needed to rush back inside. Good
Smart
call.
move.
Yep. We checked the yard thoroughly to make sure no one could have gotten through the locked gate, and even for giggles, we checked up the tree in case someone had tried to climb it to hide. We found nothing.
Looking for the fucking bloody demon dude in the tree.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
We scolded him for making up stories and went back inside. Getting late, we started playing Monopoly in the kitchen for some reason. Yeah, when it's getting late, that's the wrong game to pick.
Yeah, right.
You'll be there till fucking 4 a.m.
Around 10 p.m. And we had been playing for about an hour when I looked up and looked down the hallway toward Jim's mom's room. All the way in the doorway to her room, I saw the figure that Jay had described to us earlier that evening, exactly the same as he had described it.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
It's
it's
terrible.
The scream moment.
Yeah.
He went from the fucking backyard and all of a sudden he's in the house. Just leaving blood and gore and shit everywhere. Oh, it's so
it
gross.
smells.
Oh, it's so gross.
Like highly bleached fabric.
Yeah, just
Oval.
Yeah.
blood. Oh.
It's so bad. Thinking I was hallucinating, I quickly rubbed my eyes, and when I opened them again, the thing was gone. I chalked it up to being tired as it was late at night and we'd been drinking sodas for most of the day. Sugar high, diabetes,
Oh, man,
right on the table. I ignored what I saw and went back to playing. After about half an hour, I looked back up and saw it again halfway down the hallway, closer to the kitchen.
It's moving closer.
Oh, that's the word. And it's not even like you're seeing it walk. It's just it's there. It's gone. And then it's there closer.
It's somewhere else closer.
It's the weeping angels from fucking
Or
Doctor Who.
Even like the Ring when she does that. When she appears. Oh, it's gross.
Ugh. I blinked and it had disappeared once again. The fucking worst. This time I took no chances and told everyone that Jay may not have been lying to us, as I was now seeing the thing he described, but that it was now in the house and getting closer to us.
Oh, no.
They all got uncomfortable.
Yep, that's going to happen.
That's an understatement.
Oh.
And you don't know because, it's your young teen buddies. You're always sure Jay is fucking with you.
I wouldn't have
somebody.
trusted any of my friends if they did this.
Yeah,
I'd been like, you're full of shit.
Yeah. But I still would have been
Pick
freaked
up the
a
fucking
little.
Genesis controller and let's fucking finish this.
We got to finish Street Fighter 2. You fuck. Let's go.
And I grabbed a large kitchen knife, knowing that it might not do anything to this entity, but it gave me a sense of security.
You're at a sleepover. Your little kid brother sees some shit. All of a sudden, your friend does, and then he grabs a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be uncomfortable, too.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
like, fuck.
definitely-
No, I hope mom gets home quick.
Oh, absolutely. And I think I've done that. We've all done that. We've all grabbed a knife when we knew that it probably wouldn't help, but
I mean,
you're
you got to
alone in
grab
the
something.
house.
I mean, if
You
you're going
know?
to get anything, it may as well be a knife.
Stab
you
the
can
dead.
cut a ghost.
you can try.
Fuck yeah.
It will not probably be successful.
You never know.
However, E for effort.
The one time it has happened, it's probably saved a life.
Ghost punching.
There you go.
That's for Mike D.
Oh, Mike D, what up?
Oh. everyone sat on the same side of the table to keep an eye out for the evil-looking being. Where I was positioned gave me a complete tactical layout to see every possible entry to the room from the garage, back door, front door, and see all the doors in the house. That's thinking.
This is a 13-year-old kid that plays Halo for sure. Like, I need a tactical advantage here.
And that, to me, I mean, that it's either it makes for a good lie, which I'm not at all suggesting this is, or it makes for a more realistic story, because that's what you do when you're genuinely afraid.
Right.
You put yourself in a position, you all cram together, you look, you grab a knife, even though you don't think it'll help.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that, of course, this story happened, though I'm wide open to it. What it does mean to me is that the details are right for genuine fear.
Yeah,
Totally.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so tactical layout. We stayed up for a few more hours before Jim's mom came home just before dawn and never saw the thing again. And that's where it ends.
All right.
But it's almost worse somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how do you don't just get over that? If you really
No.
think you see that just because Jim's mom came home.
Yeah,
It's
do
like,
you know
You
what?
tell her? You're like, oh, we got a problem here.
And what does she do?
I mean,
Like, you kids can't drink Dr. Pepper and play D&D anymore, even though they're playing Monopoly. Like, I mean,
don't bring D&D into this.
oh, come on. This totally plays into, like, the satanic panic, mazes and monsters. Tom Hanks is, like, roaming through the sewers with a sword trying to slay sewer dragons.
It does.
Yeah. Like it wouldn't even matter to me that it was at a friend's house. Like if you're the one who saw it, no one else did.
You're thinking it's stalking you.
Yeah, then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, well, is it gonna be my house?
Yep.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, because nobody else saw it except for just him and then
The little
and the
brother.
little kid.
And how my mind works, and it's how
Yeah.
your guys' mind works to a degree. I mean, we share this in common. When you encounter something like this, thankfully we haven't, it becomes about you and your reality
Right.
and how it's infecting your
Of
reality.
course.
And is it coming for you? Like, some people would be like, oh, it's Jim's house, or Jay saw it and maybe it's a ghost haunting there. Some people can compartmentalize this shit, put it away, go on with their day-to-day life, and maybe that's the solution. Maybe not like giving it energy by focusing on it is how you survive these things. But people like us would just dwell and think, and then every time I saw a bed sheet or a smattering of red or fucking whatever, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
because now you think that it exists. There's no reason to believe just because it was in there that was just after him.
Exactly.
So, like, of course, it's clearly after you. Like,
Of course. Every time. And it's terrifying. Because there's what are the parameters of hauntings? Like, there are a lot of people out there purport to be ghost experts, and some people know more than others, obviously. And
The Baggins.
If you spend a lot of time, I'm not singling anybody out, but if you spend a lot of time doing it.
Baggins?
yeah,
Not Baggins?
yeah, dude, the Baggins.
That's a
assume-
hobbit.
Dude, the Baggins.
It is
he
a
fucking,
Hobbit name,
For-
obviously.
Listen, he's now the Baggins, okay, and he UFC's ghosts, right?
There it is.
He gets him in the octagon, and then the next thing you know, it's fucking on, dude.
The fact is,
He's got a museum with haunted shit.
nobody knows the parameters of these things.
No.
You can say that it's stuck to this house, that it's like a mineral-based video recording that repeats. Fine, that's one type.
Oh, the crystals,
Poltergeists
yeah.
are like psychic forces manifested through pubescent energy that may or may not be related to someone who's dead. Okay, fine, you got your poltergeist doing that bullshit. But in reality, nobody fucking knows shit. And the people that know the most and have done the most studying would be the first to admit that I can't tell you what this is. Is this demonic? I mean, that's obviously what the Warrens would have jumped right to. They'd be like, well, everything was a demon.
Yeah, everything
you
with
know.
them was always. They didn't even give it a chance. Like, it's a demon.
But I mean, is it
Calm
a
down.
I don't know, a dead Klansman, better dead than not, but fucking that, was a serial killer on the side and made Freddy Krueger gloves so he could just like poke things
It's
into
a-
oblivion.
It's a long way to go.
It's a long
It's
way
a
to
lot.
fucking go. I mean, it
It's a
doesn't
lot.
smack of a ghost. So what the fuck are you?
Yeah,
Are you
but
just some
but also like
evil entity.
You
That,
I don't think you would just conduct rooms unless you're really agile. If you're there and somebody blinks, then you're just gone.
oh no, I meant ghost. Like, you're right. It's not a dude. I don't think it's somebody playing a prank.
I thought. Okay. Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
said
no.
that.
I meant like
Rob
a
is
ghost
saying
of
that
somebody.
it's the ghost of a Klansman
Oh,
who was a
oh,
serial
okay.
killer on the side, who made Freddy Krueger gloves to poke the fuck out of people.
Oh yeah, no.
But now
that's
Chris
just-
is onto something here, though, too. If this was something corporeal.
So, dude.
I don't think it was.
Like,
if
like
it was,
like
at
maybe
all.
It is a
if Jim's
possibility.
dad was a card, if you will.
I guess if they
Yeah, he's a
knew
real
the house,
card.
I guess it's possible you can duck and weave and be a dickhole. But
yeah, or I mean, if you are in the backyard to scare the kid, and then you do happen to get in the house, it's a lot.
Yeah, the backyard scare completely doable.
Totally, but the one in the house is a little bit because he blinked or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah, so the first one down the hallway because it's right in the mom's bedroom's doorway, and Jim blinked, or not Jim, whoever
blinked. Yeah,
the author Sean blinked, and so you're in a room already, so you can easily duck.
Right.
Done. The thing that makes it challenging is the halfway down the hallway. How'd you get there?
And then,
go on again.
Yeah, no, that's
unless there was an open bedroom door right to the left or
there
right.
could be rooms lining the hallway.
I think
Who
you
knows?
would. I mean, if you're blinking or just rubbing your eyes, like I think if the person, I don't think they're gonna be able to time their movement with your blink and or your rubbing of the eyes,
right?
You know, because they're clearly like. So all right, so it's a demon.
So
right?
it's a demon.
It's a demon.
Kruger Klansman, asshole,
yep.
Or Jim's fucking mom's girlfriend is a dick, and is really playing hell with you.
It could be, yeah.
But I really don't believe that that's the case.
No, I mean, I don't know enough about demons or ghosts or whatever.
Or
but
Jim's mom's boyfriend,
or Jim's mom's fucking significant other person there that's doing their shit. So I don't know, man. Like it's kind of weird. Only two people see it. Nobody else saw it.
Two people seeing it is what makes this worth retelling.
Exactly, but that's the thing is the other two didn't even see it.
All right, so let's just go way out on a limb. Psychic infection.
Ooh,
this kid sees something that he
Pontypool.
thinks is something, a very Pontypool.
Yeah.
You know, and he's terrified, and maybe it's not what he thinks it is. Who the fuck knows? You know, blowing laundry and on a clothesline or something, and he reports it, and now it's caught in your head,
and you're freaking the fuck out. Yeah.
And like a game of telephone or something. In real life, you could be freaked out by something. I mean, even Sean says early on, "Oh, I thought it was in my head. It was late at night. We've been pounding soda all day.
Sure.
I'm on a sugar high. I thought it's my imagination." That's why he didn't report it the first time he saw it down the end of the hallway.
Yeah.
And then it happens again. He's like, "Oh, fuck, guys." But what if it's one step further? Not just an idea that spreads because it's haunting, and if someone tells you something scary, it sticks with you, but because there's something infectious about the thought, and that it's like spreading from mind to mind, and who knows where it could have gone beyond that. But it isn't corporeal or demonic or even paranormal. Well, paranormal in the sense that it's non-traditional science, but not paranormal in the sense that it's fucking a specter or whatever.
Right.
I'm laying it out there like a question I know you guys can't fucking answer. Like, well, yeah, well, here's the evidence, but it's just, to me, the power of the human mind is something that you cannot ignore, and it probably plays so. I mean, obviously, what we observe in reality is reality.
Right.
Reality, it may depending on where you stick with Schrodinger and his cat, reality does or does not exist based on your observations of it. But de facto, our reality is a consensus, is what we share with each other as a species, and what our ancestors shared with us through written material and archival material and film and whatever other mediums you have. And we agree or we don't agree, but it is all based on sixth sense observation and fucking interpretation by human brains. And if that can get infected, twisted, tainted, or fucked, then what the fuck? You never know. I mean, you were talking about your fucking hand not being your own earlier.
That's what I was just thinking about. Yeah.
And so if this is, I'm not even talking about simulation theory, but if there's something going on a slightly deeper level, it wouldn't take much to fuck you up, or even maybe kill you or hurt you.
No, apparently it's that Vader Immortal episode 1 fucked me up.
There it is.
I mean, there you go.
So early VR experiments.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
15 years ago,
unsuccessful.
With Sean and his buddies. Yeah, no, cancel.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, it was something through Halo. Maybe they're fucking like playing Halo 1. They're like, oh, we got an idea.
Yeah, what was that fucking Polybius or whatever, that legendary video game?
Polybus or whatever?
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
Don't we have an episode of that at some point?
Yeah, I have the notes for it.
Yeah.
And I've been working out, but I keep finding more and more archival things that are starting to get into some Cold War antics that are pretty fun. So it gets bigger and bigger as all my research does.
I think it might be an urban
Polybius,
legend. Polybius. It might be like an urban legend, but I'm not really sure.
So this is, to me, like a second gen.
Yeah.
It's not really the Halo, maybe again,
dude.
Jim's mom's fucking significant other. You know, he's working for the government. He pretends he's a video game designer. Maybe not. Maybe he pretends he's a gas station attendant. But he's really a secret agent, and he slips it in, and it looks like a Halo, but it's blimping images. And first it affects fucking Jay because he's not actually playing. He's just staring at the screen. He's not caught up with his controllers or looking at certain things. He's getting
the images,
getting the fucking strobe, the fucking Halloween 3 strobe, and then it gets into his mind. But then Sean makes eye contact with Jay.
Yeah.
The strobing continues eye to eye.
Now
we're getting into the mystical.
The young boy was wearing glasses, and it reflected
back
off there.
Yeah, because Jay can't help he's nearsighted. That's not his fucking fault.
And they got that old school original Xbox, dude, the black one with the fucking sweet black X.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Right. I love that.
So is this on a time
But
limit?
that has no bearing with anything.
Because then it just never happened again. So like it was just.
Or did it?
As far as we know.
As far as we know. Yeah. So Sean could tell us.
Yeah,
we actually have a direct conduit with the eyewitness.
We could ask him if it happened.
I'm pretty sure it didn't happen again. I'm pretty sure he would have said, "And this thing followed me home."
He had my entire life been haunted by this fucking thing.
Yeah, I feel like right.
But I would like to know if Jay and Jim continued to have weird experiences in their house.
Exactly.
No,
if
yeah,
he
for
ever
sure.
went there again, because I wouldn't. I mean, I like spending the night with Mike and Jim and the guys and playing Monopoly and sipping Mountain Dew like the best of them. I mean, that was all of my middle school guy buddies and fucking video games and fucking soda and the good times. But fuck that noise. Once you see the bloody Klansmen, out of here.
You got to fucking bail, dude.
Yeah.
That's when you stop drinking soda.
Yeah.
That's when I stopped.
I mean, I don't know, man. If they all grabbed knives, I might have been like, let's go down there. We
You
all
gotta
have
look down
knives.
the hallway.
Yeah, because then you can see if there's like open windows. You
Right.
can at least do
Right.
some
Because if
investigating.
anything is out of place, you can dismiss it as a terrifying but all too human culprit.
Right. Somebody
Right.
was fucking
And
around.
that's so much easier to live with.
For sure.
Than whatever the fuck this thing is.
I mean, sometimes you just got to see the horror and live with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Wow.
It sucks.
That's profound.
You're right. And did they tell the mom too? They're like, hey, just so you know, we saw bloody Klansmen.
I got a feeling. I don't
kinda
think Jim's mom was in the mood for anything.
Nah,
bunch
she
of
was
boys
really-
at her house. She
Yeah.
had fucking just got done with the night shift. I don't think she wanted to hear
This
a fucking
reminds me
word.
of something that happened at Brightman's in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
His dad went to work the night shift. And we were just did all kinds of fucked up shit during the night. He'd come home working a whole shift, and we're out being assholes.
Right.
Still, he was always cool. He didn't give a shit.
Nice.
Yeah, cool parents are the best.
There you go.
The best.
Nice. All right, well, there you have it. Thank you so very much. The Cryptonaut Podcast presents Evil Science and Magic Buddies. Listener Stories, Part 18.
Hard to believe.
Dang.
We did it.
I love these. Thank you
they're
guys
fun.
for
They're
sending
super
these
fun.
in. First
Yeah.
off, it takes courage to share these things, even if you're doing it semi-anonymously. And so thank you. It adds to the library of knowledge of this kind of stuff. It's more and more accounts that not only we can use, but other paranormal researchers can incorporate into the growing body of their work, and it all helps. It all builds this network of information that really helps. So again, it takes a lot of courage. We really appreciate it, and it's really fun to be the first people presenting a lot of these publicly, because it's fun to deal with classics and obscures,
Right.
Obscure cases, obscures now I call them, but it's really fun to deal with these things first out. So thank you all very much for sending in your accounts,
And keep sending all your fucked up shit to cryptonautpodcast@gmail.com. That's
Yes,
how
please.
people ask all the time, how do you submit them? Just email them to us. Please don't send them through messengers. We don't check those. Like, even on Instagram, like where I'm at, don't send anything through there because it's a super pain in the ass. So just email them to me. Totally simple. There's a contact form on our website, cryptonautpodcast.com. You can go through there and you can send it. Much appreciated. Everyone, thank you all so very much. Before we leave, though, gentlemen, we had a big mail day today, and we're going to be giving some thank yous and some super shout outs to some awesome folks out there that sent us some super dope shit. So the first one here, we got Farmer Nick from Oak Holler Farm, which is oakhollerfarm.com. And his wife, actually, and I have her right here, Emily Vandermay. Vandermay. I have asked you, I don't know, twice so far about how to say her name because I'm fucking
that's my
dumb
assumption.
and can't
No.
say it right. So Emily and Nick was so awesome. He had Emily make us these fucking super dope tankards.
They're the
Holy
fucking
shit.
they're dope.
coolest.
They are so cool.
Dude,
They're-
I'm looking at mine right now, and I'm like, first off, I don't want to touch it because I'm a clumsy oaf, and I ought not. But secondly, I can't wait to drink coffee, beer, all sorts of liquids from this motherfucker.
Oh, dude.
It is a beautifully crafted tankard that just fits right in the hand comfortably. It's gorgeous to look at. Thank you. Thank you.
This
thank you.
is going to hold. I already know in my head with my K-Cup how many cups I can fit in here. It's going to be fucking awesome.
It depends how small. I like them small and strong, so that can probably hold 3.
I can do like I could easily
Maybe
do
more.
like I could do probably like 2 8s. I bet you easily.
Right.
Maybe
you like them big,
or like an 8 and like a 6.
I should
for
do the
sure.
large, but that large is only a 9 ounce, and it's still pretty strong even for the dark magics.
The glazing is so fucking
It
gorgeous.
looks dope, dude.
It's Emily, right?
Yes.
Emily. Fucking thank
yeah, they're
you.
great.
So Emily's website, you can check her work out at emilyvandermay.com. And again, her husband here, Farmer Nick, that he is at the oakhollerfarm.com. So
she was kind enough to say
cool.
she wanted to make these tankards for her husband's favorite podcast.
Yeah, so how fucking awesome is that? Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
that's the kind of
Goddamn.
shit that makes your day.
Yeah, for sure. So
Thank
definitely.
you, guys.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Emily. We appreciate that so very much. Also, too, we got a mega Christmas package
Off the
from
fucking-
our buddy Cole Harold.
It's a Supra package.
It's ridiculous.
Dude, you have no idea.
Supra.
We're all looking at it right now. It's like over here.
Cole, you just blew our fucking minds.
Holy shit, dude. Cole, obviously, as we have mentioned before, we've brought Cole on as our research assistant, and we were super excited to have him. And dude, he sent us a fucking dope ass mask from Creep Show. We got some fucking books.
The dad from the birthday thing.
Yeah,
one of the
Where's My
first zombies
Cake?
to
Yeah.
scare the fuck out of me. I mean, obviously, I'd seen Dawn of the Dead and others before, and they scared me. But the EC Comics grizzled gurgle voiced
Yeah,
dad,
it's gross.
was one of
Yeah.
the first truly awful zombies I ever saw, and it just scared the bejesus. I mean, when you pulled this giant, beautifully rendered mask, I'm like, the fuck just happened?
Yeah, dude, we got this dope fucking Lovecraft book, sweet alien model kit, the Cheddar Goblin mug.
Oh, which is awesome.
I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's Cheddar Goblin. You guys are like, what the fuck is Cheddar Goblin? I'm like, you don't understand me or my people. You have no idea. It's fucking Cheddar Goblin. And yeah, also too, real quick here, this is fucking so cool. He sent us some original art.
Yes.
Holy shit.
The Mummy.
The Chickies Hill Mummy. And his very own drawing of
The Casablanca entities.
Oh my God, it's so fucking cool.
Gorgeous.
Dude.
Thank you. We're going to frame them. They're going to go up
for
in
sure.
the studio. We got a sweet alien model.
Yeah,
I got a
it's
fucking
dope as shit.
sketchbook. Stan Gordon.
I got a Stan
fucking
Gordon book.
Account of books
Yes.
from the
Goddamn.
Pennsylvania
Bonkers.
Dude, he went above and fucking beyond. So thank you, Cole. And the research is going to keep flowing because your contributions are absolutely essential and excellent. And just a personal shout out, you and Emily just made.
Yeah,
and-
thank
and-
you.
and
Yeah, thank you all.
her
We
farmer
appreciate that.
husband, whose name I
Nick.
forgot. Nick.
Farmer
Thank you.
Nick.
Farmer Nick.
You
yeah.
guys just so sweet in this post-Christmas deal. Like Mark ripped these things open, and it was just like,
Dude.
we have literally the best listeners in the world.
Y'all
The
got our
coolest.
mail. We have mail girls, and they are on edge. Every time a box shows up, they're like, "It's from Japan. Open it!" And I'm like, Jenna, listen, I get it. Robbie, listen, I get it. We can't open them yet. I got to open them with the boys. Okay, I want to open them with you.
I
do,
know.
but we can't. So a very special thank you to our mail girls, Jenna and Robbie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're so
right.
fucking cool.
I have yet to meet them, but thank you.
They're
Thank you for
fucking.
getting
They're
excited.
super dope.
Invite them down sometime. We'll put them on the pod.
Dude,
They
have
can
them come
open
down, and they can tell
a
their
box with us.
stories of receiving our mail and how they texted me to be like, "Oh my God, you got a package? What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Dude, fucking,
so
I'll
awesome.
be there." Yeah,
Yeah.
It's fucking dope. What the fuck? They're so. Thank God they're fucking. And obviously to our buddy Rich. Actually,
course.
with Cole's package, he drew a fucking super sweet Oh shit! It's over there, a Jersey Devil on it, and Rich just took a picture of it. Was like, "You got mail. Someone sent you dragons." And I
my
looked at
God.
it. I'm like, "That's the Jersey Devil, sir." But I'm not going to correct you because you're right. It could maybe Cole was like, "Here's a Jersey Devil dragon thing here." But yeah, so thank you also to our buddy Rich. Thank you all so very much. The Instas and the Twitters and the Facebooks were there. We're doing It's Happening. Patreon is a thing that we offer to the good listeners. Patreon.com/Cryptonaut Podcast. Thank you to everybody over there. We just recently dropped some shit.
Some teasers.
Some teasers on Christmas Day.
Yes.
There
And-
might
and
be
more
a
to
video.
come.
Could be a video of us in the flesh. In the
Yes.
flesh, talking about the DeRitter carcass.
It is the one.
Roadkill.
My favorite carcass in Louisiana, and the only one I know about there.
And we released that actually to the $1 and the $5 tier as a little bit of a teaser to things that are coming in the new year in the old 2022.
Yeah.
So be sure to check that out over
Doing
there.
it.
We offer merch at hellerspace.com. Buy it. Check it out.
Wow.
Post pictures up.
Hard sell.
Do it. It's there.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, we're just helping the fucking T-Public people stay off my back with emails. So, yeah, thanks.
There
Appreciate it. Put this shit up. Tag me in it.
We got some cool shit that's coming out soon.
Yeah, we do. I love seeing everyone rocking the merch. It's super cool. We appreciate it. It's awesome. Thank you to all of our listeners. This year has been pretty fucking monumental for us as a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been nuts.
Personally, it sucked. But podcast-wise, we fucking pulled it off. We fucking nailed it.
Somehow we did.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck we stuck the landing with like a 9.
Yeah.
Wow. Could have been a 10. We got it with a 9.
That video took us like 3 years to make. It really fucking did. I still can't even believe it actually happened.
No, we've been working
there.
and we've been practicing, and Chris has been tweaking the tech, and we've
great,
been tweaking It's funny. It's just like we are in real life. Like we just fuck around until something fucking gels. But we've got more, and it's
what's funny is
happening.
We do the videos, and then we're like, oh, that's so easy. That's so natural. Oh, that's right, because we're friends. Duh.
Yeah.
That's why
because we always talk about dumb shit.
This is what we fucking do. Yeah. So, but it's been an awesome year for us. We cannot thank all of you out there,
and it's
all
due
of our
to you
supporters
guys,
and our
all of you.
listeners. Yeah, it's so cool. Thank
every
you all
listener,
so very much.
every supporter, everyone out there that has just said a kind word or sent a positive review or just fucking listens and maybe tells a buddy to listen. We've expanded incredibly, and we've gotten such phenomenal feedback from so many people, and if we've done anything positive in your lives, I assure you have done tenfold more for us. So thank you.
And because of you all, now we're paying taxes. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a nice problem to
that
have.
happens.
We are contributing to the economy.
Yeah, we're part of the world.
I know. Well, I've been paying taxes
Not
for
my
years.
world.
Yeah, well, yeah, me too.
And we got Bob back in the books. Talk to you later. Thank you all so
See you
very
next
much.
year.
This comes out in 2022.
See you this year.
Oh, see you next year.
We'll continue. Hopefully, we'll see him next year,
See
too.
you next year. It's like, this comes out 2022. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not ruling
so
out
that means-
2023.
Oh, yeah. No, duh. Shit.
That's what this means.
Ah, fuck. I fucked it up. All right, we're talking to you. Goodbye.
Fuck.
See you next year.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just going to steal Chris's shit and act like I know what I'm talking about. See you next year.
Oh, you would see how I cut this.
Oh, shit. I lost my headphones. Bye.